Okay, so my name's Shamsi, and that's Mala, and yeah, pretty much, I guess. Okay, oh yeah, what's your name?
My name is Darby.
Okay.
And I'm Isha.
Okay, so Dive, Isha. What's high school life like?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like high school life. You have a lot more freedom, and you're like people aren't like pressuring you into doing things all the time. Like you can do what you please to do. So I don't know. I enjoy it.
People don't pressure you at all?
Well, there's always
There's always pressure from other people, but usually in high school, you find your group of friends, you find the people you belong to, talk to them, and it's usually okay.
So, what is similar between grade 8 and 9? What is the difference? So, what's similar and what's different?
Like normal socially or like in school?
Well, in grade 9, first of all, obviously there's going to be a greater workload than in grade 8 because you're going to be learning harder stuff. There's exams, there's culminating, there's other assignments. So there's obviously a greater workload. But from grade 8 to grade 9, I think what's similar is
I think the similar part is like you're still gonna have the teachers you like and dislike, so there's always gonna be that part, and then there's always gonna be the friends you still talk to, and then making new friends, which is somewhat similar because sometimes when there's like new kids that come to your school, it's like you make new friends with them as well. So.
Were you nervous at all when you just started?
very nervous, probably like you guys, but eventually you get comfortable. It's like normal again.
Do you
In the
take
beginning,
academic?
it's a bit nervous. Yeah, I take it.
Academic? So academic, you get more homework and...
Well, it's actually not too different from grade 8. Like, you still get the same kind of workload, but during exam time and culminating, like it is for us right now, then it gets a bit more stressful than grade 8. But I don't think it's like too much of a difference in terms of the workload. If you're managing well in grade 8, you're going to manage well in grade 9.
Okay.
What are the pros and cons of grade 9?
Some pros I found was like again you have your own freedom as well as like well the cons are there's a lot more work and like you have to try harder because the teachers are more hard markers and all because like they're not like before you can always go up to your teacher and you can talk to them and they'll be more like lenient about how they feel and like how they mark you and stuff, but now it's just based on you have to do everything by yourself.
You're
And
basically more independent
Yeah.
in terms of that.
When you see how you switch classes now, like with different people, so like you're by yourself, you have your own schedule. Do other people ever pressure you into like skipping or anything?
Well, obviously, it's high school.
Yeah.
There's always people pressuring you to skip and do whatever, but you just have to be a strong person and make the right decision for you, and not let others influence you.
Do you like high school better than middle school?
Well, it has its pros and cons. I can't really give you a definite answer because there's some things I liked in middle school, like the teachers, they were more understanding, they were more helpful. In high school, you have to be more independent. But then again, like as you go further in your academic life, that's how it's going to be. You have to be independent. So they're trying to teach you, preparing you. So there's pros and cons to both.
Well, so what is there to look forward like into grade 9?
well, there's a lot of like I found that there's a lot more clubs and teams because in grade 8 there's like they have limited clubs depending on how many people are willing to try out and stuff, and you have to really ask for them. Where in high school they have a wide variety, like it goes from soccer, there's badminton, and there's also like tons of clubs like student council where you can take a part of your school. So yeah.
How are tests done?
They're done mostly the same way, but they're pretty much the same, except, again, during exam time, exams are a bit different, the entire process.
So like everyone gets in a room and then they all do the exam? So like all the grade 9s?
No, not all the grade 9s. So basically, say I have my math class, and the people I have with my math class, you're going to get a certain room, and you go to that room, and you all write the exam there.
How long are they?
It depends on which subject. Like for our midterms, they're in an hour. I think the final exams are going to be a bit longer. And as you go grade 9, 10, 11, it depends on how much like what's in the exam. So they give you like a reasonable amount of time.
So you find time in there to do your work, finish your work, right?
I think there's
You find time into that, doing your work.
It can be louder.
You find time into doing your work at the certain time they give you.
like, can you finish your work? Do you have enough time?
You have to manage your time. Sometimes like you run out of time, there's nothing you can do, but you just have to know how to manage your time, do the questions you know, leave the ones you don't know till the end.
Yeah. So you have usually they give you enough time for you to finish.
And they also give you warnings, like if there's 10 minutes, they'll be like 10 minutes left, so you know how much you have to do to get done.
So like yeah.
This is probably a well-known asked question. Mala?
So our class is hard?
No. I meant the other. Next week. Okay. How safe is this school?
You know what? I think compared to other schools, it's pretty safe. We have a policeman officer. Principals are always around.
How many principals?
We have a principal,
And two vice principals, and there's always hall monitors walking.
hall monitors, a lot of hall monitors, and we have those two police officers.
And like, I find this school fairly safe because they try to
Don't worry, she's not videotaping your face.
they try to keep like the people who they know are like gonna do bad things apart from other people, like and like the principals are very friendly, and they have proper conversations with students trying to make them to stop, and like I don't know, I think it's a fairly safe school.
So what are the best classes to take?
Well, in grade 9, there's a lot
You
of
have no
compulsory. You don't have a much choice. I think you have two.
There's only two, yeah.
Two alternatives, and
electives.
that's just your electives, yeah. And that's just your choice what you want to choose. There's art, there's music, there's steel band.
They have a lot
whole
of
bunch
like
of courses.
their music programs are really good. Like I think that's one thing that the school is known for, like their music programs. And yeah, there's a wide variety of what you can take.
So what did you guys go with?
I went with art and business.
Was the art hard?
You know what?
Visual arts?
Honestly, I'm not good at art, and I just wanted credit because I didn't want to do music. But and I went into her class, and it was actually like very manageable. Art was like I can't draw that well, but they taught you everything. They taught you the techniques, and it wasn't just drawing. You had other techniques you had to apply, so it's okay. It was easy.
So it was academic French art.
Well, she took it. She's already done, and I'm in the middle of doing it, so she can tell you how it is.
It's fairly easy, well, depending on which teacher you get. The teacher that I got, I liked her because she explained everything step by step, so I actually understood things in her class, and she's always willing to help you. And so yeah, I really I don't know, I found it pretty easy, but that also depends on who your last year teacher was, because sometimes there's a lot of new things you learn, but some of it weaves into like what you learned last year, and if you don't understand that concept, it's
But then
a bit
again,
harder.
like the teacher what we have for academic French, she's actually she started from the basics. She
Yeah.
started from the alphabet. So she goes over it quickly, but like she reviews everything, and you're pretty much good to go. So if you don't know the basics, she still helps you.
What teacher's that?
Miss Capitalist.
Miss Capitalist. Do you even like the school? Would you like switch schools if someone gave you the chance?
Well, I feel very comfortable here because I have my friends from my own middle school. I'm starting to fit in more, getting used to the teachers, getting used to the workload. But like every school has its pros and cons again. But overall, I think it's a very good time.
Right. Anything else you guys want to tell the middle schoolers that grade on?
I think when you're new to high school, everyone's gonna be nervous and all, but I think you should just find your group and try to hang out with people you have more things in common with, and like that you enjoy being with, instead of like just trying to be a part of the cool group and stuff, because honestly, I don't think it's worth it.
And I just had to say that high school, it's not as good as you think. You're obviously going to be nervous on the first day, but eventually you'll get comfortable, you fit in. It's something new, so it's going to take something like time to get used to it. But in the end, you'll get comfortable and you'll feel fine. So don't be too nervous.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. So yeah, that's it. Bye.